YouTube, L-Town here. I thought I'd do a second video follow-up to my John boat to bass boat conversion. I was surprised to see I got quite a bit of views on it, and I had a few people ask about how I put the electrical section of the boat together. So I thought I'd go over that with you. Let's get to it. Okay, what I built here is this side locker. This houses the electrical wiring, fuse panel, also an 18 amp hour battery that powers my cabin LED lights, front and back navigation lights, a bilge pump, and then 2 fish finders. What we have here, this panel houses 4 switches and then 2 charging ports, one that's USB and then one that's the cigarette lighter style. Alright, so here we are, the other side of the electrical locker. This top door here is hinged, allows you to open and gain access to the inner part. First I'll just kind of give you a quick view of everything. Now the wiring from the front or the back of the boat is fed through this side channel of the John boat itself into this locker here, and same thing on the back. Now this wiring is marine grade. That being said, it's tinned, which prevents corrosion. Now I think that's more for a saltwater or marine environment, which this boat does not see, just local reservoirs. So over here we have the 18 amp hour battery. Then we have the negative bus here, and then you have your basic fuse panel, which then the power's fed from here over to the back side of this switch. This switch panel here was pre-wired. There was one thing I didn't like about it, and that's when power was applied, the front rocker switch LEDs were illuminated all the time. Now I know the LEDs don't consume a lot of power, but I just didn't like that idea. So I did rewire that portion of it to where the first rocker switch that controls my front and rear navigation lights will turn all of the LED front panel lights on when that switch is turned to the on position. Now this switch panel, it does house 4 switches, which I'm only using 3. And then I'll show you over here. I did use their provided labels. Top one here runs my front and rear navigation lights. This one labeled cabin lights. I have about 5 LEDs located throughout the boat here to just illuminate the deck portion. So that controls that side of it. And then I do have a bilge pump in the back. Something else is the switch panel that provides the charging outlets. It did have its own inline fuse, but I went ahead and cut that out and just used this fuse block here. DC outlet has its own power supply here. Now back to the battery. I do have this hooked to a quick disconnect, so this allows me to unplug it, remove it from the boat, little bungee strap here, and then bring it indoors and charge it up. So a quick in and out as far as that goes. So here's a close-up of the front portion of the switch panel. As I said, these are the only 3 that I use, my front one being my navigation lights. Then you can see, once the navigation lights was illuminated, all 4 of these lower lights are illuminated. Which I stated before, the way this was pre-wired, once the battery's connected, even in the off position, all these lights would be illuminated at all times until the power is disconnected. So I just like that side of it. Now once the switch is turned on, this light here is illuminated, indicating that that switch is now turned to the on position. Second switch here goes to these cab LEDs, and I have about 5 of them. See one up there towards the front. There's one underneath the deck here, and there's one in the back there. And then last, this third switch is the bilge pump. Hear it on there, don't want to run it dry too long. USB charging ports, and then the cigarette style lighter charging ports. Well, there's the walkthrough of the electrical portion of my John boat to bass boat conversion. Hopefully that helps the ones looking to do similar projects. And if you guys got any questions or would like me to go a little further in depth about a particular part of that, just comment below. And thanks for viewing.